Most seniors don't realize these 10 bedtime habits could be deadly and has already killed many. Warning: don't go to sleep again until you hear this. There are 10 bedtime habits quietly harming millions of older adults, and some of them they've already proven deadly. This isn't just about tossing and turning. Each year, thousands of seniors go to bed feeling fine and never wake up. And the cause isn't always age or illness, it's often something they did just hours before pulling up the covers. A common snack, a bedtime pill, even the way they lay in bed. One small habit can quietly tip your body into danger, triggering a fall, stroke, or silent heart event while you sleep. Have you ever stood up at night and felt dizzy? Woken gasping for air? Felt cramps, racing thoughts, or took a pill just to drift off? These aren't random. They're red flags, and tonight could be the night something goes wrong. But it doesn't have to be. In a moment, I'll show you how one healthy bedtime snack might actually raise your risk of stroke, and it's sitting in millions of kitchens right now. Stay with me because this simple awareness could save your life. Don't wait until it's too late. Your bedtime routine could be the most important part of your day. Let's talk about what they're not telling you, and how 1 or 2 simple changes tonight could help protect your independence, your strength, and your life. It's late evening. The lights are low, the TV hums softly in the background, and the kitchen quietly calls your name. You think to yourself, just one more little bite before bed can't hurt. But here's the warning most folks never hear, that one last snack could be silently straining your heart. And for some older adults, it's been the very last decision they ever made. See, many seniors reach for something quick and comforting at night. A small cookie, a handful of pretzels, maybe even a bowl of cereal. It's not a feast, just a little something to settle the stomach. But here's the problem. What you eat right before bed doesn't just sit in your stomach, it goes to work inside your body. And if that snack is full of sugar or sodium, it starts a chain reaction while you sleep, and it can be devastating. Let's start with sugar. When you eat a sugary snack at night, your blood sugar spikes. That might not seem like a big deal, but during sleep, your body's job is to slow down, restore, and repair. Instead, it's now scrambling to manage a sugar rush. Your heart works harder. Your blood vessels tighten. Your nervous system stays on high alert. This can quietly increase your risk of nighttime heart attacks, strokes, or irregular heart rhythms, especially if you already have high blood pressure or diabetes, like many older adults do. And then there's salt. That innocent-looking bag of crackers or slice of cheese. It might be packing more sodium than you realize. Too much sodium before bed pulls water into your blood vessels. That raises your blood pressure and makes your heart pump faster, just when it's supposed to be resting. Now your poor heart is working overtime in the dark, and you might not feel a thing until it's too late. There's a reason doctors call these events silent killers. You might not feel chest pain. You might not feel anything at all, until the moment something collapses. That's why so many older adults, otherwise healthy, active, independent, don't wake up. Not because they were old, but because their body was already under stress, and one last snack pushed it over the edge. And here's the chilling truth: even seemingly healthy snacks can do damage. In fact, there's one snack in particular, a food many seniors trust as good for the heart, that may quietly increase your risk of stroke if eaten at the wrong time. It's sitting in millions of kitchens right now. You might have it in your pantry. And we'll reveal exactly what it is and how to enjoy it safely just a few chapters from now. But for now, the next time your sweet tooth calls after dinner, pause for a moment. Think about what your heart is doing while you sleep. And ask yourself, is this snack worth the risk? Because what you eat at night could shape how you wake up in the morning, or if you wake up at all. In the next few minutes, we'll look at a part of your bedroom that's supposed to keep you safe, but could actually lead to devastating falls, broken bones, and even loss of independence, all in the blink of an eye. You'll want to check this before you lie down tonight. So stay with me, you might be surprised by what you find. It was just after midnight when Frank, 74, got out of bed to use the bathroom. He moved slowly, like he always did, steadying himself on the nightstand. What he didn't see was the corner of a rug that had curled up near the bed. His toe caught it. He went down hard. He never made it back to bed. That small stumble led to a broken hip, then a hospital stay, then months in a rehab center. Frank had been living on his own. Driving. Mowing his own lawn. After that fall, he never went home again. This story may sound familiar. Maybe it happened to someone you know. Maybe something like it almost happened to you. Because falls don't just happen out there. They often happen at home. And the bedroom is one of the deadliest places. Most people don't think of their bedroom as dangerous. It's cozy, familiar, safe. But that's exactly the problem. Over time, we stop noticing the little things, a tangled cord, a laundry basket, a pair of slippers not where they should be. We shuffle through in the dark, half asleep. And in that moment, one wrong step is all it takes. You don't need to be running or rushing to fall. You just need poor lighting, a soft floor, and an unexpected obstacle. It's silent and sudden. And here's the scary part, for older adults, falls aren't just bruises. They're life changers. A fall at night can cause a hip fracture, a brain bleed, or a spinal injury. Any of those can lead to surgery, loss of mobility, or permanent disability. Even if you recover, the shock to your independence can be devastating. Many seniors never live alone again after a serious fall. And the most common cause: clutter near the bed. Let's talk about the top 3 dangers. First, electrical cords. That lamp cord or phone charger snaking near your feet may seem harmless. But in low light, it's a trap. Your foot catches, your balance shifts, and gravity takes over. Second, throw rugs. Those cozy floor mats are notorious for slipping or curling at the edges. Even non-slip ones can be a hazard if they move unexpectedly. And third, misplaced items. Slippers, books, or even a dropped piece of clothing. When they're not where you expect them to be, they become an invisible threat. What's most heartbreaking is that all of these can be fixed in minutes. You don't need to remodel your home or install expensive gear. You just need to do a quick sweep tonight and ask yourself, could I trip over this in the dark? Because when it comes to falling, it's not just about injury. It's about keeping your independence. Staying in your home. Doing the things you love your way. And a small change in your room could help protect all of that. In just a moment, we're going to talk about a nighttime habit that most seniors think is healthy, but it could be silently damaging your heart while you sleep. You'll want to hear this. So don't go anywhere. What I'm about to reveal might surprise you. It makes sense why so many older adults stop drinking water in the evening. No one wants to be up at 2 a.m. fumbling toward the bathroom in the dark, holding onto the wall, praying they don't trip over something. But there's a hidden danger in going to bed dehydrated, one that's far more serious than a midnight bathroom run. You see, when we sleep, our bodies are still working. The heart keeps beating. The blood keeps flowing. The brain and muscles continue to recover. But if you're dehydrated, even just a little, that blood becomes thicker, heavier, harder to pump. And for an older heart, already working overtime, that can be devastating. Think of it like this: picture a garden hose. When the water inside flows easily, the hose stays soft and flexible. But imagine that water thickening into something like syrup. Now the hose swells, tightens, strains, and eventually something gives. That's what can happen to your heart while you're asleep. And it doesn't just stop there. Dehydration affects your blood pressure, your kidneys, and even your brain function. Have you ever woken up with a dry mouth, pounding headache, or foggy thinking that takes hours to clear? It could be your body's silent alarm, telling you it went through the night without the water it needed to function. Here's what most people don't realize: you lose water while you sleep. Through breathing. Through sweat. Even if you don't feel it. And by the time morning comes, your body may be running on fumes. Some studies show that mild dehydration at night can increase the risk of early morning strokes and heart attacks, especially in seniors. Why? Because that thickened blood is slower, stickier, and more likely to clot. And the tragedy is, this is preventable. Now, of course, there's a balance. You don't want to be getting up every hour. That's dangerous in its own way, especially if it leads to grogginess, poor sleep, or a fall. But there is a way to hydrate smartly, a simple timing trick that supports your heart and brain without disrupting your rest. I'll share that in just a bit, a powerful hydration tip most people don't know about, and one that could quietly protect your heart without waking you at night. So stay with me. Because when your heart is quietly working to keep you alive through the night, don't make it fight alone. That glass of water you skip. It might seem harmless now, but it could be the difference between waking up refreshed or not waking up at all. Coming up next, we'll look at a sleeping position most people find comfortable, but it could be restricting your breathing, lowering oxygen to your brain, and weakening your body over time. You'll want to check the way you're sleeping before it slowly chips away at your strength. This one surprises a lot of folks. Let's take a closer look together. We don't usually think of sleeping as dangerous. After all, it's the one time of day we're supposed to feel completely at ease, peaceful, still, at rest. But there's one common sleep position that could be quietly working against your body. Especially your heart, your brain, and your muscles. And many older adults do it every single night without knowing what it's doing to them. Let's talk about sleeping on your back. Now for some people, back sleeping might feel comfortable. It eases pressure on the joints, supports the spine. But there's a hidden danger, especially if you're over 60. When you lie flat on your back, your tongue and soft tissues can slide back and partially block your airway. You might not notice it, but your breathing becomes shallow. You're not pulling in as much oxygen as your body needs. This is especially risky if you have undiagnosed sleep apnea, which is shockingly common in seniors and often goes untreated for years. Sleep apnea causes brief pauses in breathing throughout the night. For some, these pauses happen dozens or even hundreds of times. Each one is like a mini suffocation, followed by a jolt. Over time, this puts tremendous strain on the heart and brain. Your oxygen drops. Your blood pressure surges. Your body starts to panic, even while you sleep. And it doesn't stop there. Low oxygen at night slowly starves your brain and muscles. You might wake up feeling foggy, weak, or unsteady. Balance gets worse. Memory slips. Muscles start to lose strength. All of it can be traced back to what your body wasn't getting overnight. You may think you're just tired from age or poor sleep, but it could be something more serious. Because when your oxygen dips low over and over, it raises your risk of heart attack, stroke, even sudden nighttime collapse. And all while you're lying perfectly still. Here's something few people realize: your sleep position can decide whether your brain wakes up stronger or weaker. It affects how your lungs expand, how your blood flows, how deeply your body repairs itself. It's not just about being comfortable, it's about staying alive. So what can you do? We'll talk more about safer sleep positions later on, and a few small changes you can make to improve airflow and circulation while you rest. And soon, we'll reveal a surprising vitamin most people forget, one that plays a key role in helping you stay steady on your feet and protects your balance while you sleep and when you wake. But for now, just take a moment before bed tonight to notice how you're lying down. That simple awareness could be the start of a safer, more restorative night. If this is eye-opening so far, tap the thumbs up and subscribe. We've still got shocking bedtime habits to uncover, including a popular sleep aid that may be doing more harm than good. And next, we'll take a look at a nightly ritual that millions rely on, but it may quietly increase your risk of dementia and deadly falls. Let's keep going. Your safest sleep could be just ahead. There's something quietly sitting in many nightstands. It's small, easy to swallow, promises peace and rest. But what if I told you that sleep aid, whether it's a prescription, an over-the-counter tablet, or a so-called natural blend, could be one of the most dangerous things you put in your body before bed? Most people reach for them innocently enough. One restless night becomes 2, then a week. You just want to fall asleep. You're not trying to become dependent. But the truth is, many sleep medications, especially in older adults, can cause devastating side effects. Let's start with what the commercials won't tell you. These pills, even the common ones, can increase your risk of dementia, depression, confusion, and deadly falls. They don't always lead to deep, healthy sleep. In fact, some sedatives knock you out the way alcohol does. They suppress brain activity, but don't allow the deep brain waves your body needs to restore itself. So you may sleep but wake up groggy, disoriented, or dangerously unsteady. Now imagine getting up in that state to go to the bathroom or answer the phone. Your balance is off. Reflexes are slower. That's when serious falls happen. Head injuries, fractured hips, long hospital stays. And there's something else most people don't expect: rebound insomnia. That means once you start using sleep medication, your brain begins to depend on it. So when you try to stop, even if you've only used it for a short time, your body resists. Sleep becomes harder, not easier. You may feel trapped, like you need the pill to rest. But it's a cycle, and a dangerous one. And let's not forget the risk of mixing sleep meds with other prescriptions. A lot of seniors take medications for blood pressure, diabetes, or anxiety. Add a sleep aid to the mix and the results can be unpredictable, even deadly. One woman I knew, Barbara, started taking an over-the-counter nighttime pain reliever that also made her drowsy. It seemed harmless, but after a few months, her memory began slipping. She had trouble walking in the mornings. Her doctor discovered the pills were interfering with her brain chemistry. Thankfully, she caught it in time. But not everyone does. Now here's the good news. There is a better way to fall asleep naturally, without the pills, without the fog, and without putting your independence at risk. It's a technique doctors have quietly recommended for years. Backed by science. Easy to do. And I'll show it to you in just a moment. It takes less than 5 minutes, and once you know it, it could change how you sleep and how you feel in the morning for good. Because sleep should heal you, not harm you. Coming up next, we'll talk about something that feels good at night, but could be harming your lungs and immune system while you sleep. It's especially dangerous during cold seasons, and it's hiding in plain sight. You'll want to hear this. Don't go to bed until you do. It's a quiet night. The room is dark. The covers are pulled up high. The house is still. But something dangerous could be happening in your bedroom, and you might not feel it until it's too late. You see, as we age, our bodies lose the ability to regulate temperature as well as they used to. That means even a bedroom that feels just a little chilly can actually trigger something far more serious inside your body. Cold air at night isn't just uncomfortable. It can silently weaken your immune system, strain your breathing, and make your lungs more vulnerable to infection. It all starts with your respiratory system. When the air you breathe is too cold, your airways begin to tighten. Mucus gets thicker. Your lungs have to work harder just to move oxygen through your body. And if your body is already fighting a minor bug, even something as small as a dry cough or sinus congestion, that cold, dry air can tip the balance and turn a mild illness into a medical emergency. A simple sniffle can spiral into bronchitis, pneumonia, or even a life-threatening hospital stay. And it happens faster than you think. Let me tell you about Ellen. She was 79, lived alone, and always liked her room a bit cooler at night. One winter, she caught a small cold, nothing major. Just a few sneezes and a light cough. But she kept her bedroom window cracked, like she always did, even on cold nights. Fresh air helps me sleep, she used to say. One night, her body temperature dropped just a little too low. She felt it in the morning, chilled, tired, and breathless. That mild cold had quietly settled deep in her lungs. By the time she went to the doctor, it had become pneumonia. She was lucky. She made it through. But others haven't. Mild hypothermia during sleep is more common than most people realize, and it can happen without ever stepping outside. Just a room that's a few degrees too cold. A draft under the door. A window not fully sealed. A blanket that isn't warm enough. Your body cools down naturally at night, that's normal. But if the temperature drops too far, it forces your immune system into defense mode. Instead of repairing your cells and restoring your strength, your body shifts to survival. And when that happens, you wake up weaker. You might not notice it the next morning, but your body does. Over time, sleeping in a cold room can also affect your circulation, making your joints ache, your muscles tighten, and your risk of falls go up. The colder your core temperature drops, the harder it is to stay balanced and strong the next day. Now, I'm not saying you need to crank the heat or sweat through the night. But there is a safe range for sleep, a sweet spot that protects your lungs, your heart, and your immunity. And in just a bit, we'll talk about one overlooked mineral that actually helps your body regulate warmth, calm your nerves, and keep your muscles strong overnight. Most people miss it, and the consequences can creep up silently. So stay with me. Because your bedroom should be a place of rest, not risk. And with a few small adjustments, it can be. Next up, we'll talk about a pill millions of people take right before bed, a common one, that may be disrupting your heartbeat without you knowing. Let's look at that next, before another dose does more harm than good. For many older adults, taking a pill at bedtime is just part of the routine. A little water, a quick swallow, and off to sleep. But what if one of those pills, something your doctor may have prescribed, could quietly disrupt your heartbeat while you sleep? It sounds hard to believe. After all, these medications are meant to protect your heart, not harm it. But timing matters more than you think. And for some people, taking a common blood pressure medication at night could actually increase their risk of a stroke, heart rhythm problem, or even a sudden drop in blood flow to the brain. Let's talk about why. There's a growing field of research called chronomedicine. It looks at how the timing of medications affects how well they work and how safely. Because here's the thing, your body isn't the same around the clock. Your blood pressure naturally dips during sleep. That's healthy. But for some seniors, especially those already taking blood pressure meds in the evening, that dip goes too far. The result? Blood pressure that's dangerously low. So low it can starve the brain of oxygen, trigger fainting, or cause a deadly arrhythmia, all while you're asleep. And it gets worse. Some medications can cause blood pressure to bottom out just as you're standing up in the morning. That means dizziness, lightheadedness, and, for many, a serious risk of falling before they've even made it to the bathroom. Now, not everyone is affected the same way. Some people do better taking their medications at night. But others don't, and sadly, they're never told. One man, Harold, was 76 when he fainted in his hallway at 6 a.m. He'd gotten up quickly after waking, felt a wave of dizziness, and collapsed before he could call for help. He'd been taking his blood pressure pill before bed for years. Turns out, his blood pressure had dropped too low overnight. His brain didn't get enough oxygen. And he woke up in a state of crisis. Thankfully, he survived. But many aren't as lucky. The scary part? You may not feel it happening. There's no warning label that says this could cause your heart to pause while you sleep. Yet it happens, and all because no one asked about timing. That's why it's so important to talk to your doctor or pharmacist about when you take your medication, not just what you're taking. Ask questions. Get clear instructions. And never change timing on your own, but don't assume your current schedule is safest either. Because when your heart is slowing down for the night, the last thing you want is for your medicine to slow it even more. Coming up in just a minute, we'll reveal a powerful, often overlooked vitamin that most people forget to take before bed. But it quietly supports muscle strength, helps prevent cramps, and even boosts your balance, so you can get out of bed safely each morning. This is something most folks miss, and the benefits are bigger than you think. So stay with me. You're about to learn a simple step that could make your mornings brighter, your movements stronger, and your confidence higher. We're getting close to something that could truly change how you sleep and how you live. There's something comforting about drifting off to sleep with the soft glow of the TV playing in the background. A familiar voice. Gentle music. Maybe an old movie or a quiet documentary. It feels peaceful. But here's a shocking truth many people don't realize. Watching TV in bed could be quietly damaging your brain. It's not the content that's the problem, it's the light. More specifically, the blue light. Television screens, tablets, phones, all of them give off a light that interferes with your body's natural rhythms. And at night, that interference can be devastating. See, your brain is like a clock. When the sun goes down, it starts preparing you for sleep. It signals your body to release melatonin, the hormone that helps you relax, slow down, and drift off naturally. But when you stare at a screen late at night, even just for a few minutes, your brain gets confused. That blue light tricks it into thinking it's still daytime. So instead of winding down, it stays alert. Melatonin levels drop. And even if you do manage to fall asleep, you're far more likely to wake up during the night, sometimes without even realizing it. But here's where it gets even more serious. Your brain does some of its most important repair work while you sleep. It clears out waste, strengthens memories, restores focus, rebuilds cells. When your sleep is shallow or broken, night after night, that repair doesn't happen the way it should. And over time, that can lead to memory loss, confusion, and even increased risk of dementia. It's like expecting your car to run forever without ever changing the oil. What starts as a harmless bedtime habit slowly begins to sabotage your brain's ability to function. Now you might be thinking, but it helps me relax. I can't fall asleep without it. And that's perfectly understandable. Many of us have used TV as background noise for years. It feels like a comfort, a friend in the room. But the truth is, you can still feel that sense of calm without harming your brain in the process. There are safer, softer ways to wind down at night. One of the easiest is using warm light instead of blue light. A small lamp with a soft amber bulb can help signal to your body that it's time to rest, not stay awake. Even better, try turning off all screens at least 1 hour before bed. That gives your brain time to settle naturally. If you enjoy the sound of something soothing, consider an audiobook, soft instrumental music, or a white noise machine. These give you the calming effect, without the harmful light. And if you absolutely must look at a screen at night, consider a blue light filter. Many TVs and devices now have a setting called night mode or warm light. It's not perfect, but it's better than nothing. Because your brain is working hard to keep you sharp, mobile, and independent. Don't let a glowing screen steal that away. We'll talk about something most people shrug off as just annoying, waking up in the middle of the night to pee. But it's not just a nuisance. It could be a major warning sign that your health is at risk, and I'll explain why. Now, let's take a closer look at what your nighttime bathroom trips might really be trying to tell you. It starts out innocent enough. You wake in the night with that familiar urge, just a quick trip to the bathroom. You tell yourself, I'll be back in bed in 2 minutes. But what most people don't realize is that waking up to pee at night can be far more dangerous than it seems. It's not just about the inconvenience. It's about what's happening to your body in those quiet, dark hours. Each time you get up, especially from deep sleep, your blood pressure has to adjust. Your muscles have to fire. Your balance has to steady. And your brain, still groggy, has to catch up. For seniors, this is the moment when falls happen. Legs don't respond like they used to. Vision hasn't adjusted. One wrong step, one dizzy turn, and everything can change in an instant. A broken hip, a cracked skull, a trip to the ER that leads to a long-term care facility. It sounds extreme, but it happens every single night to older adults across the world. And it's not just the fall that's risky, it's the sleep disruption itself. You see, when you wake during the night, even briefly, your body gets pulled out of deep, restorative sleep. This is the phase where your brain heals, your immune system recharges, and your muscles repair. Without enough of that deep sleep, you may wake up feeling foggy, weak, off balance. You might think it's just aging. But in many cases, it's not age, it's accumulated exhaustion from disrupted sleep cycles. Poor sleep affects nearly everything: memory, mood, digestion, immunity, and muscle control. That's why people who wake up multiple times per night often experience more falls, more infections, and faster cognitive decline. Now, needing to use the bathroom at night isn't always avoidable. Our bodies change. Bladders become more sensitive. But there are things you can do to reduce how often it happens and how risky it is when it does. Later, we'll talk about hydration timing and a mineral that supports bladder health. But what I want to share with you next is something even simpler and surprisingly powerful. It's a gentle stretch you can do before bed. It takes just a few minutes. But it can help calm your nervous system, improve your body's sleep signals, and reduce the likelihood of you waking up in the first place. This is something physical therapists and sleep specialists have quietly recommended for years. But most people have never heard of it. It helps your muscles relax, lowers stress hormones, and even improves your heart rate so your body stays in a deeper, safer sleep. We'll walk through it together in just a moment. But first, just know this: getting up once in a while isn't the danger. It's the pattern, night after night, the interruptions pile up. And the damage happens slowly, silently, until one night your balance fails, or your memory slips, or your immune system can't fight off something that once would have been no big deal. So don't ignore this. Your rest is not a luxury, it's a lifeline. If you found this helpful, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. It helps more seniors like you discover life-changing health tips, and it helps us keep creating them for you every day. But most importantly, visit us at thegoldenyearsrx.com. That's TheGoldenYearsRx.com to join our free community of seniors who want to stay strong, independent, and full of life. Next, I'll show you that simple stretch routine, the one that helps you stay asleep longer, wake up clearer, and avoid that risky middle-of-the-night walk altogether. This is one of the most overlooked bedtime tools for seniors, and it could make a real difference starting tonight. Stay with me. You might not think of stretching as a life-saving bedtime habit. But what if I told you that just 3 quiet minutes before bed could help protect your sleep, ease your morning stiffness, and even lower your risk of a dangerous fall? This isn't about exercise. It's not about touching your toes or bending into strange positions. This is about something deeper, something your body already knows how to do, if you just give it the chance. Let's start with your nervous system. Right now, you have 2 systems working inside you. One is the go system. It keeps you alert, focused, ready to move. The other is the rest and restore system. This is the one that helps you fall asleep, digest food, relax your muscles, and calm your heart rate. It's called the parasympathetic nervous system. And when it's active, your body knows it's safe. The trouble is, too many of us go straight from watching TV or scrolling our phones to lying in bed, without giving the body time to shift gears. So we lie there, tired but wired. Muscles tense. Thoughts racing. Sleep feels far away. But there's a simple way to change that, with a gentle stretch routine that signals to your body it's time to slow down. And it only takes 3 minutes. Here's what you do. Sit at the edge of your bed. Slowly roll your shoulders back, take a deep breath in, and exhale. Reach your arms gently overhead, stretch tall, then bring them down slowly. Rotate your ankles. Tilt your head side to side. Roll your wrists. None of this should hurt. It's not about pushing. It's about loosening tension, calming your breathing, and inviting your nervous system to settle. This small routine activates that rest and restore mode, and it works fast. When done consistently, it can lead to deeper sleep, fewer nighttime cramps, better digestion, and less stiffness in the morning. You might even notice your balance improving over time because your muscles are more relaxed and responsive. And that matters more than most people realize. Because what starts as one stiff morning can quickly turn into a misstep, a fall, a fracture. The kind that changes everything. But when your body sleeps well, truly rests, it wakes up stronger. You feel more like yourself. More steady. More clear-headed. One woman named June shared that after adding this stretch into her bedtime routine, she stopped waking up 4 times a night. Her knees didn't ache as much when she stood, and she felt more confident walking without her cane. All from a simple pause, a gentle shift that gave her body the signal it had been waiting for. Now you might be wondering, is that really all it takes? And the answer is sometimes yes. The key is consistency. A few minutes every night, no equipment, no rush. Just you, your breath, and the message to your body that it's time to rest. Coming up next, we'll reveal a powerful bedtime vitamin that helps support those same muscles, prevents nighttime weakness, and improves your stability when you get out of bed. Most people don't take it, and that's a dangerous mistake. So stay with me, the next few moments could help protect your strength in the days ahead. Picture this, it's the middle of the night, and you're jolted awake by a sharp cramp in your calf. You sit up, groaning, trying to stretch it out. By the time the pain fades, you're wide awake and your body's on edge. Or maybe it's morning, and your legs feel like rubber as you swing them out of bed. You try to stand, but something's off. Your balance isn't what it used to be. You feel weak, even though you haven't changed anything. These are more than just aging pains. They may be the warning signs of a serious deficiency, one that affects more than 70% of seniors. And most don't even know they're missing it. Let's talk about magnesium, a quiet powerhouse of a mineral your body depends on to function. Especially at night. Magnesium plays a crucial role in muscle control, nerve function, and deep sleep. Without it, your body struggles to relax. Muscles stay tense. Cramps strike more often. And rest doesn't feel restful. It also affects your bones and balance. Without enough magnesium, your muscles can't coordinate properly. Your reflexes slow. And your risk of falling, even from something as simple as standing up too quickly, goes way up. Many folks chalk it up to just getting older. But in many cases, it's not age. It's depletion. You see, magnesium is used up every day by stress, certain medications, even common foods. And if you're not putting it back in, your body runs on empty. And it's not just about cramps. A magnesium deficiency can also disrupt your sleep cycles, keeping you in lighter stages of sleep, where your brain doesn't get the deep healing it needs. That means you wake up foggy. Your memory slips. You feel more anxious, less steady. And here's the scary part, even if you eat well, you might still be deficient. Modern farming has stripped much of the magnesium from our soil and from the food we grow in it. So what can you do? The good news is magnesium is easy to add back in if you know where to look. Certain foods can help, yes, like leafy greens, seeds, and nuts. But in many cases, a simple bedtime magnesium supplement can make all the difference. It doesn't just help you fall asleep. It helps your muscles relax fully. It calms the nerves, supports your heart, and in the morning, it helps you rise with confidence, steadier on your feet, clearer in your head. One gentleman named Walter told us that after just 2 weeks of adding magnesium at bedtime, his leg cramps stopped completely. His wife noticed he wasn't waking up as much. And he said, "It's the first time in years I've woken up and felt good getting out of bed." Now, always talk to your doctor before adding any supplement, especially if you're on medications. But magnesium is one of the most commonly overlooked helpers for people over 60. And it might just be the missing piece for you. Next, I would be revealing the most dangerous bedtime mistake of all, the one that's taken lives, ended independence, and often gets ignored until it's too late. It's the one signal your body gives that you should never ignore. You won't want to miss what's coming next. It's late. The lights are out. You're lying still, trying to drift off. And then it happens, a strange feeling. Maybe it's a dull ache in your chest, or a numbness in your hand that doesn't feel quite right. Maybe your jaw feels tight, or you feel suddenly dizzy when you turn your head. You tell yourself it's probably nothing. I'll see how I feel in the morning. But here's the truth, that decision to wait could be the deadliest bedtime habit of all. Because those small signals your body sends at night, they might be nothing, or they might be your last warning. Many older adults have ignored these quiet, eerie symptoms and never woken up the next day. Here's what most people don't realize. Strokes, blood clots, and even silent heart attacks often give subtle signs first. But they're easy to miss, especially when you're sleepy, alone, or just don't want to cause a fuss. That's how tragedies happen. Not because the warning signs weren't there, but because they were brushed off. One man I remember, Jim, 81, felt a strange tingling in his arm one night. He thought he'd just slept on it funny. But his wife noticed his speech was slightly slurred. Still, he insisted it could wait until morning. By dawn, he couldn't move his right side. The stroke had already taken hold. He survived, but just barely. And he told his daughter later, "I wish I'd said something right away. I didn't want to bother anyone." Please hear this, you are never a bother. If something doesn't feel right, especially at night, that is the time to act. Don't wait. Don't try to sleep it off. Don't talk yourself out of it because you're afraid of making a big deal. Because those quiet symptoms can become deadly in the dark. Here are a few to take seriously, even if they seem minor. A strange, pressing sensation in your chest or upper back. A sudden wave of nausea, sweating, or jaw pain. Numbness, especially on one side of the body. Sudden confusion or trouble speaking. Dizziness that makes it hard to stand. A fast, fluttering heartbeat that doesn't slow down. These aren't inconveniences. These are red flags. And at night, your chances of survival drop if you delay getting help. Here's something powerful to remember: you know your body better than anyone else. If something feels off, don't ignore it. Call a loved one. Press your medical alert button if you have one. Dial 911. Even if you're unsure. Because it's far better to be checked and told you're fine than to wait and never get the chance. That quiet ache in your chest. That tingle in your arm. That could be your body's last call. And when you listen to it, truly listen, you give yourself the chance to wake up tomorrow, step into your day, and keep living life your way. Coming up next is our final chapter, a warm and hopeful takeaway that ties everything together. A few final thoughts to keep you safe, strong, and independent as the years go on. So stay right here. You've come this far, and the last piece may be the most important of all. Tonight, before your head touches the pillow, remember this. One small habit, one simple change, could protect your tomorrow. You don't have to overhaul your life. You don't need fancy gadgets or complicated routines. The truth is, safety and strength come from the little things we choose to do, or not do, each night before sleep. Clear the path beside your bed. Drink just enough water to support your heart without waking up 10 times. Stretch gently. Breathe deeply. Ask your body how it feels and don't ignore the answers. Sleep on your side if it helps you breathe easier. Turn off the screens and let your mind rest fully. These changes may seem small, but they matter. Because when the sun rises tomorrow, your body will remember what you did or didn't do the night before. And if this video has shown you anything, it's that bedtime is more powerful than it seems. It's the quiet part of our day, but behind the scenes, it's when your brain heals, your muscles recover, and your heart carries you through the hours you're unaware. This is why we've walked through each hidden danger, not to scare you, but to help you take back control. To help you protect your independence, your balance, your clarity, the things that help you live life on your own terms. Because no matter your age, you still have choices. You still have the ability to make tonight a little safer, a little calmer, a little smarter. And when you do, your body rewards you. With better sleep, stronger mornings, more peace of mind. So start small. Maybe tonight you move the loose rug, or you set out a warm lamp instead of the television. Maybe you finally ask your doctor about that medication you take at bedtime, or add that stretch we talked about. Whatever you do, just take that first step. Because when it comes to your health, small steps before bed can ripple into big changes across your life. And don't forget, you deserve safe, healing sleep. Starting tonight. If you found this helpful, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. It helps more seniors like you discover life-changing health tips, and it helps us keep creating them for you every day. But most importantly, visit us at thegoldenyearsrx.com. That's TheGoldenYearsRx.com to join our free community of seniors who want to stay strong, independent, and full of life. The next video on your screen is even more transformational. It could be the one that would help you move, feel, and live like you're 20 years younger. Go ahead and press play now, and let's bring back the strength and energy you thought was gone. Thank you for watching.